Yoga mamas and friends, I'm back with another video. In my last video I talked about the root chakra, or Muladhara Chakra, which is your first chakra, an energy center that helps us to connect to our sense of safety, belonging, and groundedness. So staying grounded in our bodies is really important, not just for our physical health, but just as much for our mental health as well. So in the last video, I talked about feeling anxious or scared or worried, and how we can make little shifts in our posture to sort of deal with that, or to help bring in a sense of groundedness and safety again. Okay, so in this video, I wanted to talk a bit about feeling the strength in your legs. So that root chakra is, if we place it in the body, and of course we're imagining it, it's not something we could see or feel, it's in the lower half of our body, like in our legs, actually technically in the perineum, which is on the bottom of your pelvic floor, right between the vagina and the anus. So it's like that little space in the bottom of the pelvis and the legs, and then your knees and your feet have what they call minor chakras. So if you're feeling anxious, either physically or mentally, you have a lot of thoughts going on in your head, I find it really nice to get close to the ground. Okay, and I appreciate that not everyone has a full-on deep squat. So if you want to squat like that, it's actually more strengthening, and I find it challenging too. Elbows on the thighs. Okay, or if you're able to squat like that, you can bring the hands down for support. There's a lot of ways to do this. I'm going to bring in some jumping, which I think is so much fun, because in most traditional yoga, you're not going to jump, but jumping is so grounding. So here are some ways to really sense into your root chakra, that's first chakra that helps us feel safe and solid and stable. So either you're squatting like this or like that, and just think of like a frog jumping up, and just keep your breath moving. It's pretty, you're gonna feel it in your thighs, even after a few jumps. Okay, so maybe you're a little higher up. It actually feels really good, especially on a cold day. And warm up your body. And then once you're standing up, just shake your legs out. And I'm going to bring this into some traditional yoga poses. So take a wide stance. Make sure your breath is moving. And we're going to turn out one foot, turn in the other, and come into Virabhadrasana 2, warrior pose, and just add a little bounce. So see how that little bounce, you can even bend the back knee. And it just loosens it up, takes out the rigidity. You might even swing the arms. It's really invigorating. It can be very calming too if you're feeling anxious, but you're really feeling gravity with this. As the arms swing down, they swing into gravity. Okay, let's go to the other side. Switch the feet. Same thing, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2 on the other side. Add a little bouncing. And then swing the arms. If you've been feeling really stagnant in your yoga practice, this can be so nice and refreshing. It does so much to get the tension out of the shoulders and arms, which sometimes builds up when you practice it really rigidly like that. Okay. Bring your feet, your toes forward, and just kind of tick-tock your hips side to side. This is nice too. Side to side, releasing any rigidity in the hips, lower back. Even do some circles. And as you do the circles in one direction, you can bend the knees too. It doesn't have to be perfect straight legs. Go in the opposite direction. Okay, so next, we're going to turn the toes out again, like we did in the first way. And we're going to bend that knee, come into side warrior, elbows down, or the hand is down on the thigh and reaching up. And I'm going to take us into Trikonasana from here, which is triangle pose. There's a lot of ways to get in this pose. And this way, I'm just going to do a smooth, fluid circle with that top arm. So it's going to lower down. You're going to look down at my face, and as the fingers point down, and slowly straighten that bent leg. Okay, now notice this bottom hand is way up on my thigh. The reason for that is to keep the torso long. If you want to go down, feel free. But what we're going to do, wherever your hand is on the thigh or the shin, we're going to do that bending again. Now you can experiment and do it slow. You don't want to crank your hamstrings out. You can do it with both knees, and it becomes like a weird pulsating triangle pose. It has a little strengthening element to it as well. Okay, and I'm doing this so we can free ourselves from that concept that we have to be in this perfect alignment in yoga. We don't. I'm not saying alignment is not valuable. It's just that there's a lot of wiggle room, literally and figuratively. Ooh, that actually is difficult, and it really adds some strengthening in my legs. I'm going to come to goddess pose in the middle and let my arms swing. I love this pose. I do this pose when I'm making coffee or kind of standing around waiting for something. It's so grounding, especially with that bounce and the arms swinging. Oh, let's do that to the other side. So turning the toes out to the other direction, coming into side warrior. Give yourself a few moments of pause here with the breath, pushing the feet down to the ground to get a sense of connection to the earth. And then we're gonna rotate down. That arm circles forward. And as it circles down, you place that bottom hand somewhere on the leg. Doesn't matter where. It could be all the way up on the hip, or it could be all the way down. Your choice. Start adding some bending movements, either to just this one leg or to both legs. Let it be an exploration. And just let go of that idea of the perfect triangle pose. All we're doing here is using this shape to explore the strength in our legs, our connection to the earth, and a sense of being grounded and safe. Whew. All right, I hope you had fun with that. So that's just a little template for what you could do with other standing poses. I really love to add some knee bending or knee pulsing or even shaking of the arms or legs in a lot of different traditional yoga poses. Again, I think awareness of alignment is very valuable, and at the same time, it's not the law. There are so many ways you can embody your practice, and a lot of that can include little movements to release stress. I will put the link to my Urban Yoga Mama newsletter into the description of this video, so you can kind of read more about that first chakra, the sacral chakra, and kind of tie it all together into a practice that helps you feel that sense of safety and groundedness. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.